Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Reading Between the Lines. I am your host, the Water Dog, and today I'll be counting down my 10 favorite vampires from Kindred Most Wanted. But before I do that, please do me the kind favor of hitting that subscribe button. It means a whole lot to me, and I really appreciate it. Kindred Most Wanted came out in 2005, and pretty much like Gehenna, we're looking at a whole new set of cards. It's a 150 card set, all brand new. And of those two sets, I like this one a lot more than I do like the Gehenna set. Some of my favorite vampires of all time are in this particular set. There's some nice cards in there as well. Just a really good set, fun to play. Like I said, I really enjoy a lot of the vampires in this set. So there you go. So we're going to jump to it, man. We're going to get with it. We're going to start at the number 10 slot. Alonso Montoya, 6 capacity, independent vampire, abomination. Alonso gets +1 stealth on actions that require Serpentis. Alonso cannot block undirected actions. He's got animalism, aspects. He's got superior obfuscate and superior Serpentis. I like Alonso. He's different. You get a 6 capacity, superior obfuscate, superior Serpentis, and you got a built-in +1 stealth on your Serpentis actions. And so he's great for things like temptation, form of corruption, stuff like that. Easily fits into a follower of set deck. So just a lot of things going on with that. And so I do like having him, and especially like the special, particularly for those particular actions for Serpentis. Moving into the 9 slot. Oh man, right into the wheelhouse of the Water Dog. You know this can't go wrong. Janie Pickman, 6 capacity, superior animalism, superior protean. You got little fortitude. And then her special, once each round, Janie can burn 1 blood to make the damage from her hand strikes aggravated for the current round. Oh my goodness gracious. Just a great vampire. Gangrel and Titchabrew. This vampire I have played a lot, especially in my animalism decks. Good vampire, good combat vampire. You know, love having the extra fortitude so that if the action goes off, then you can take the second action. So just really, really good. Now, moving into the 8th spot. In this set, you're going to see some, you're going to have like the regular version, and you're going to have the advanced version of cards. And so for some of them, I just couldn't make up my mind on one, and now we're just going to say this is 1 slot. So Pentanqua is going to be falling into that mode. We're going to look at the regular and the advanced version of the card. And, she's a red list. And so when you look at the regular, she's a Malkavian. When you look at the advanced, she is a Bali. Great discipline package. You've got little chemistry, superior aspects, Damien, dementation, obfuscate, and thaumaturgy. So great 5 superior disciplines. On the regular version, during any round of combat, after the first, a minion opposing Pentanqua takes 2 points of damage before range is determined. Recruiting allies and employing retainers cost her 1 less blood or pull. She's also a +1 bleed. Okay. Then on the Bali side, once each combat, Pentanqua may burn a blood to gain a press. Pentanqua may recruit a werewolf allies if she meets the requirements of playing that card. So you could play her both ways, as far as, if you want to just simply play her as a Bali, or if you just want to play her, as the Malkavian. If you want to use, play her just as the werewolf special. I never played her where I've merged both the abilities. I've either played her one or the other. I think there might have been a few times I've tried to stick that in together, but I've either played just one version of her or the other, okay? And so, but just a, fun vampire to play, good 1 vampire, love the discipline spread, there you go. Moving into the 7th spot, we have the same situation. We've got ourselves a regular version and an advanced version, and this is Valerius Mayer, Hell's Fool. And this vampire you want to play merged, and I love playing this vampire merged. The discipline spread is great at the 7 cap. You've got superior aspects, Damon. You've got superior dominate. You've got blood sorcery. You got a little necromancy, little presence. So you've got a 6 discipline spread on a 7-cap vampire. Now, on the Tremere regular version, if Valeris strikes with a strike that requires thaumaturgy, he gains an optional additional strike, only usable to strike with a strike that requires thaumaturgy. So that is a great special, okay? And then if you go to the advanced version, if Valeris attempts to block, the active minion cannot play action modifier or combat cards that require chemistry or obfuscate, okay? Now, both versions are infernal, but if you merge the two together, Valeris becomes non-infernal and also non-red list, and so it loses that red list tag as he merges, okay? And while merged, though, his capacity is reduced by 2, so you drop from a 7 capacity to a 5 capacity, but you get all of those abilities, okay? You get all of those abilities, and so Valeris is great to play. You know, you definitely want to make sure that you get the advanced version probably out faster than anything else if you're playing, you know, you're playing him. And the other thing is goes great into a Nefandus deck. I mean, you can do some things with the Nefandus and Valeris, so it's really good. This is, like I said, this is a vampire that you play merged. A lot of fun, you know, just a really, really good vampire. To me, of the vampires that merge together that you play with advancement, this one is the best in the game. You know, because when you look at the cost of, you know, with the capacity, even though you're dropping down from a 7 cap to a 5 cap, whoop-de-doo. I got 6 disciplines, man. I got 6 major disciplines to do some things, and so really good vampire. Moving into the number 6 slot for me is Tatiana, Stepanova, Alistair, Ravnos, 7 capacity, little animalism, little fortitude, little obfuscate. Got some superior chemistry and superior presence. Camarilla vampire, and you and Tatiana can play cards requiring a Bruja or a Gangrel as if she were of that required clan. Her special is wonderful, and so when you team that up, you know, with something like you know, Matahari, well, wow, then you've got something, because now you've got things that just really, you can just play a wide variety of cards. 7 capacity. I kind of wish that she had the fortitude at superior so that you could just really truly multi-act. You know, I mean, you still got the obfuscate, you do got the chemistry, so it is kind of easy to get the actions off. But man, I just want to make sure that I can go from action to action to action with her. That would have been really good. I would have preferred that, but she can't have everything. Great special. Hits the number 6 spot. Is a companion piece to the number 5 spot, and that is Matahari. Matahari, 7 capacity, Ravnos, red list. Matahari has 2 votes. She'll see his title. You and she may play cards that require a sect and or clan as if she were of that required sect and or clan. Really great special, okay? Really, really great special. And so, you know, you teaming her up now with Tatiana, so they can both play, you know, the Gangrel cards. They can both play the Bruja cards. And of course, Matahari can now play more than that. So there you go. Discipline spread, really good. You got a little aspects, a little fortitude, a little quietus, but you got superior chemistry and superior obfuscate, okay? And so, really good vampire, very dangerous, built for sense deprivation, and go from there. So that's hitting the number 5 spot. Going to the 4 spot, oh man, Ikendu the Noah. You talking about a 1 vampire. Here you go. That's all you need. Just put 12 Ikendus in your deck. 5 great superior disciplines: animalism, celerity, obfuscate, potence, protean. Then you've got a little fortitude. Ikendu can enter combat with any minion as a D action. You know I'm going to love that. If Ikendu successfully performs an action to employ a retainer, he untaps at the end of the turn. He cannot have or use equipment, and he's got +2 strength. He's one of those few vampires, we've already talked about that before with Mateus. You know, that +2 strength is just a rarity, you know, among the vampires. Like I said, I think we talked about there being 8. And so just built to beat things up. really good vampire. And then don't forget the special, because I think, to be able to get the retainers, you've got a freak drive ability too, with the fortitude. You've got some obfuscate to make sure you get your actions off. But the ability to have that extra unlock is really good. Don't forget that you can stick a homunculus on him. He unlocks with that in between every other turn. You stick an Inkelcog on him. He's one vampire heaven is what he is. Here we go. To the 3 spot. Sybil. Here we go. Big Bolly vampire. Got 6 strong, powerful, superior disciplines. Very similar to Captain H, which we've already talked about. You got superior animalism, Damon. You got obfuscate, presence, serpentis, and thaumaturgy. If Sybil is untapped during your master phase, you get an additional master phase action. Sybil may bleed at +2 bleed as a D action that costs 1 blood. She's infertile. She has 10 capacity, and she is the one that makes the sisters deck go. She's one of the main cogs for that deck. But she's also, you can use her as a standalone. You can use her to add, other different vampires. She's fun to make go Anarch, especially in today's climate, where you can really do some things with some of the Anarch cards and stuff like that. The special's wonderful. Being able to get the second master phase action is always a great thing. Great vampire. And the art is wonderful too. Really love the art on this particular card. Going to the second slot, one of my all-time favorites is Pariah. This is a 6 capacity abomination, independent vampire with superior protean and obfuscate, got little fist, got some presence. During your master phase, discard a master card or tap Pariah. We're going to talk about that here in a bit. And Pariah cannot take undirected actions other than hunting. He can enter combat with any minion as a D action and got +1 strength scare stare. All right. I love the special, because if you're going to play a deck where you're going to have a lot of master cards, okay, a lot of master cards, and you're going to utilize that, okay, then this is a vampire that can go into those type of decks, okay, those type of decks where you are basically going to feed off of those vampires, okay. So, for example, I have him in my well, I should say, it's really my Pariah deck, but I have Captain H and I've got Pariah, Now, if you remember, Captain H also gives you an extra master phase action, very much similar to Sybil, okay? And so then you've got things like, Synosius. Synosius, his special is that you may play a pull when you play a master out of turn card to gain an extra master phase action in your next master phase, okay? And so you team that up with vampires like that, where there's a lot of master card synergy going around, and Pariah allows you to put extra master cards, and then you just it helps you hand cycle. He helps you hand cycle when you play with a heavy master card deck. That's the great thing. The other thing is, of course, well, you get an enter combat with him, a free enter combat with him. Oh my goodness! And he's got protean, okay, and he's got little fist. So he's meant to just send vampires to Topor. I mean, that's really what he's designed to do. And so, good vampire, 6 capacity, great special, especially for card cycling with MasterCard decks and stuff like that. So there you go. The number 1 slot. I've played this vampire more than any other vampire from this set, and that's Doyle Fincher. And that's mainly because, he's got the discipline spread that I love. You got superior animalism, you got superior protean, you've got a little fortitude, little obfuscate, little aspects. And the other thing is he's a +1 bleed at the 7 capacity. He's a +1 bleed, and he refuels himself. During your discard phase, if any of your prey's ready vampires are not at full capacity, move 1 blood from the blood bank to one of those vampires and 1 blood from the blood bank to Doyle. Gosh. And a +1 bleed. Love the special. Like I said, I've played Doyle more than any other vampire from this set. He's in my animalisms decks, especially from those groupings and those group packages. Having the fortitude to be able to multi-act, a little obfuscate there to help you get actions off. You cannot complain about that. And so I really like this vampire. Good vampire. Played him a lot. And so makes him my favorite. What are your 10 favorite vampires from Kindred Most Wanted? Put it down in the comments section, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching the show, man. I'm the Water Dog. This has been Reading Between the Lines. Y'all take care.